What's up, weirdos? I'm Felicia and I like scary movies, and I haven't made a video in a very long time, since probably October. It's maybe early November, but I don't think so. I honestly don't know. I took a big break. I needed a break. I took a break. And now I'm back because I missed you and because I wanted to do my top 10 horror films of 2022. I've never not made this video in January, so I felt like I had to come on here and do it. I have my very badly written notes. It's just this piece of paper. So let's get into it. Okay, in the number 10 spot, I chose The Watcher. I'm pretty sure I reviewed this movie on my channel, but it's this woman that goes to live with her husband in Bucharest, and she doesn't know the language, and she starts to believe she has a stalker, and of course, no one believes her. And this movie I just found so satisfying in terms of a stalker film. I thought this movie built tension and that uncomfortable feeling of being a woman and not being believed and being gaslit and all these things in such a profound way. And especially in a place where she doesn't speak the language. Like, there are so many parts where there's no subtitles because she doesn't know what they're saying, so why should we? And while I'm mentioning that stuff, this movie was directed by a woman named Chloe Okuno, and this was one of those films where I was like, oh, they got this subject matter exactly right. I know a woman directed this. And of course, she did. Next up, we have Hellbender, which was this kind of like indie-ish movie made by this family of filmmakers, the Addams family, which is hilarious. I made a video on this too. And this was really like a mother-daughter story of this family that lives in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere, and has this like deep, ancient practice of witchcraft like in their blood. And I don't know, the way in which the mother and daughter interact throughout this movie and their bond in conflict, I don't know. I thought it was awesome. And I love a witch movie. Okay, next up we have number 8, which is The Black Phone. This movie was just such a surprising delight to me. Ethan Hawke playing this like child murderer, and it's like, it takes place in the 80s, right? Okay, late 70s. And the movie's about this kid that gets abducted by Ethan Hawke and then put into this basement where there's really nothing in there except for a black phone. And throughout the movie, different people keep calling the phone, and it's this like really fun ghost story, survival movie, kidnap movie. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on in it, and I thought it was so good. Okay, next we have the Hulu horror film Fresh. This one was written by Lauren Kahn and directed by Mimi Cave, so a female writer-director duo. This movie was so freaking fun. So many unexpected turns, like really over-the-top performances. But yeah, so this one we have these two characters that meet at a grocery store, and she's like, oh, a boy that I didn't have to meet on a dating app, yay us. And then of course, he's not the greatest. Like, it's a spoiler, I guess. I don't know. But the movie's called Fresh Meat. I think it'll become clear to you what this movie's about. I thought it was really fun. I liked it. Okay, number 6, we have We're All Going to the World's Fair. This is by Jane Schoenbrunn, and this movie was so strange. Like, such a weird movie watching experience. Like, I watched it on a laptop, and it's very much one of those like social media, almost like Slender Man, what's the word? What am I looking for? Like an internet urban legend? Creepypasta. It's just so much of this girl in her bedroom and having some sort of experience is all I'll say. And I most of the time don't know what's going on, but I couldn't stop watching it. Like, it was so just like captivating and strange. I don't know, but this filmmaker, she's making another movie soon, which I'm really excited about. So I can't wait to see more from her because she's awesome. All right, now we're into our top 5. So these are like the real winners for me for 2022, like the best movies of the year. Granted, especially because I had a very chaotic year, I'm sure I missed a ton of horror films. So as always, definitely put your top 10 list or movies that I missed in the comment section below. But yeah, here we go, top 5. All right, so number 5, You Won't Be Alone. Whew. This movie was written and directed by Goran Stolevsky, and it's about, it takes place in 19th century Macedonia, where this girl is kidnapped by this woman and like transformed into a sort of witch demon creature. And this movie is like one of the scariest, most realistic witch movies I've ever seen. Just this kind of like primal witch movie. It's so dark. It is so dark and scary and unsettling. It's slow at times. I don't know, but it is an unsettling film, and definitely one of the best I saw this year. Okay, next up in the number 4 slot, I had to put it in, Barbarian. I thought Barbarian was freaking amazing. Written and directed by Zach Kreger. Basically, a girl shows up to an Airbnb and someone's already staying there, and it kind of happens in multiple acts of what's going on in this Airbnb. It's insane. Like, it is insanity. Like, it's just a chaotic movie, and you never know where it's going, and it was so fun. Like, I just loved it. Like, I can't wait to watch that one again. Number 3, Nope. Jordan Peele's Nope. I've told you this before, I'm not a huge fan of like sci-fi, alien, cosmic horror stuff, but this movie was incredible. It blew my mind. I have a whole review on it, I'm pretty sure, and if I don't, I'm sorry. Literally, I don't know anything I've done this year. But Nope is, it's another Jordan Peele masterpiece. Like, it had the specificity of Get Out with the scale of Us. Even bigger scale. So it was freaking amazing. All right, and then my number 1 and number 2 are of course related to each other, and that is Ty West Pearl coming in at number 2 and X coming in at number 1. I mean, to me, these movies from Ty West and in collaboration with Mia Goth are just such a triumph. Like, both of them and them coming out the same year. It's just, and filming them back to back with this character and this world, it was so spot on, so hyper specific. When thinking about Pearl, just like the Wizard of Oz references and the early Hollywood dream of going to Hollywood and becoming a star, and Mia Goth's performance. I mean, it's so spectacular. It is so good. And then you have X, which just like a perfect, incredibly well made, homage to Texas Chainsaw, 70s, slashers, porn, fashion, all of it. It's just so amazing. It's like Ty West kind of took 2 different times in Hollywood for each movie, and he's just so specific. And this is how I feel about Jordan Peele too, where it's like these filmmakers where it's like every single thing on every single shot is a choice, and there's so much from multiple watchings to get out of each of them. And that's like overall my top 3 movies. Like, they're just masterpieces, I think, of the year. So yeah, that's it. That's my top 10 list. Would love to know. If you don't have your top 10, just give me at least your top 3 down in the comments. I'm curious to know. And yeah, I really missed you all. So we are going to start Horror Movie Club back. So I had to cancel in November, which was the right choice for me at the time. And I'm bringing back basically the same schedule that we didn't get to do for January. So this coming week, I don't know when you're watching this video. If you watch it when it comes out, this coming week we're watching April Fool's Day, because we're going to continue with teen slashers, and then we'll go from there. But it's just, I don't know. I know I can't really see you, but I feel like I can, and I'm really excited to just talk to you guys in the comments and see how everyone's doing and connect with you all again. I've missed you a lot. I also have no idea what horror movies are coming out in January, so I'm sure I'm going to go watch either Spooky Astronauts video about what's coming out on VOD or someone else's list somewhere, so I can find out what's happening and see if I can get some reviews up. But if you have things that you're highly anticipating for January, February, and you want to see reviews on, let me know, because I am so out of the loop right now. It's honestly hilarious. But thank you all so much for watching and coming back to watch this video. And yeah, have an ice cream, y'all. Bye.